Project Dawn, as it's called in Ohio, the naloxone distribution program, also referred to as Narcan kits. You'll see them distributed to first responders, police officers, ambulance carry this medication. Now we're seeing it distributed to families and even the people who have an addiction. The initial studies that were done on this were done over 10 years ago. In Boston and San Francisco is where they did the initial studies. And what they showed was that when these kits were distributed, not only to the first responders, but to the people who have the addiction or the closest to the person who has an addiction, they saw a significant decrease in the number of overdoses in those communities, which is what led to us to the program that we have today. So a couple of things have come up with that recently. People are saying that, okay, we have this kit distribution, and all of a sudden we're still seeing this rise in overdoses. And they're trying to, I guess in some ways, infer that maybe the kits are causing people to use more, or it really is, the rise in overdoses is tied to the prescription drug moving to heroin, moving to fentanyl, and the population shift over to the street drugs, and with the street drugs becoming much more potent. It really, I can't imagine what would have occurred in our communities if we hadn't had the distribution programs. Trumbull County reports over 100 kits used last year to save people's lives. So one of the things, the myths out there, you'll hear people say that people use more, they have riskier behavior, or I've heard some people reference these Lazarus parties where someone overdoses on purpose and somebody stays sober and reverses them. I've asked a lot of patients that we've seen about this, and we're told the same thing. No one would do that. No one wants to go through that. Who would want to go? Now I'm sure somewhere somebody has tried something like that, but it's not a common thing. It's not something that should prevent us from saving the lives that we're saving with this medication.